What is up, everyone? Got Nate and Sanjay with Philly Insider Podcast, and we are doing a little bit of a pre-game live for you before the Super Bowl, and we are super excited. Sanj, what are you kind of looking forward to in this matchup?
Man, I was telling you right before we kick-started this off, I feel like on paper, it's so clear who should be the winner, but at the same time, I don't feel like this game is guaranteed at all. Like, I just feel like this is going to be a scrap fest. I feel it's going to be exciting. And this is one of the rare Super Bowls where I have next to no rooting interest. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of pulling for the Rams just because I think after Stafford's time in the NFL equivalent of prison, he should be allowed to have a ring. But I really don't mind if the Bengals pull this out, man. Like, I have no vested, super big rooting interest on either side here. So I can just sit back and enjoy good football, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the same spot that you are. Somebody who is not feeling that way is our man Nate, who is joining us now, and he definitely does have a rooting interest in this one because he is a big Bengals fan, and he is hoping for a big win today. And I think if any of us are rooting for anybody, right, we're kind of behind Nate there, and he was with us, right, when we won the Super Bowl. He put on his Eagles jersey when we won. He's having some mic issues right now. He'll join us in a second. But, he was there for us when we were watching our Eagles in the Super Bowl. So I'll tell you what, I'm supporting the Bengals today just because of that.
I mean, fair enough, bro. I mean, this is insane. And Nate has, for everyone right now, if you know any real Bengals fans, they've stuck it out through pretty much absolute misery for my entire lifetime. I can't remember a single thing the Bengals have actually done well in my lifetime prior to this year. And through it all, our very own Nate Tussing stuck it out, stayed loyal. You couldn't ask for any more from a fan. And again, bro, it's all there for you guys. Like right now, even though, again, on paper, it looks like you're down and out. You've been down and out on paper, like Rossi said before this, like pretty much every game you've played in the playoffs. And you guys have just come out of nowhere, kept going, kept getting the wins step by step, throw by throw. Absurd Joe Burrow play.
Day. Sorry, I just had to do that.
It's all good, bro.
Listen, we're for the excitement today, man. We're all for it.
Let's do it, boys. Oh my gosh, I could barely sleep last night. I was antsy. I'm excited. Hunter's got his Rams jersey on, the traitor.
That's a foul, Hunter. That's a foul right there.
Yeah. I can't believe you do that.
One.
I will say, very excited. I'm literally wearing everything Bengals I can, even the mask, in my own apartment.
Oh my god!
I was going to go out to LA for it, being in Arizona, but to park within 5 miles of the stadium, it was $5,000. So honestly, if I was going to spend $5,000, I would just gone to the game. Yeah.
Jeez.
So
yeah, really, that's crazy.
Bro, you gotta take the train, fam. That's the other hack.
Honestly, a train in LA. So do you want me to die?
Fair enough.
Imagine if, What I did know is that apparently there are going to be more Bengals fans than Rams fans in the stands. Which
not even for a second.
Not even a surprise. Us Bengals fans, we've been saving up for 31 years, so we've got a lot of money invested or ready to spend, except for me. Sanjay's complaining about or not complaining, not Sanjay. Hunter is telling me he couldn't get the Burrow jersey. That's a shame, but oh well. I got it for him. If those who don't know, Joe Burrow jersey.
There you go. So you're wearing Joe seated on your back. We love that. And
that's right.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think you've got two really high-powered offenses. So let's kind of look at some matchups here. Sanjay, what matchup are you really looking forward to today?
The one that I'm really looking forward to has got to be the trenches. I'm just going to start there. Just with Nate. That's game for you guys. That's the whole game right there. Look, I know Joe Burrow is basically trying to be like Tom Brady 2.0 and just breaking out of everything randomly. But you guys need to give him some time. Even if you can if your offensive line can hold for at least 3 seconds, 3 seconds. If you can get 3 seconds of hold from that offensive line, you're putting up a good fight in this match. But if you have less than 2, which it's been on a good number of plays that I've seen, at least in your playoff run this year, that's going to be tough, man, especially Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd coming off the blitz. Like, your offensive line needs to hold, bro. That's the matchup I'm watching the whole game. That's where the Rams on paper have you dead to rights. If you can get a little something going there, then you have a real shot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this much. We can survive with getting sacked, but like that was the Titans, this is the Rams, and they, as much as I hate to say it, they did well in the offseason. They paid to win. I mean, what? They developed a lot of, LA talent. My bad. Sorry. That slipped out. They've got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, they've got those guys, Leonard Floyd. Hunter's got a good one there. Honestly, I also like the Eli Apple versus ego. Eli Apple is going to get burned by Cooper Kupp. But I'm excited to see Jamar versus Jalen Ramsay. As you guys know, I hate Jalen Ramsay with a passion. I cannot stand the guy. He is just a jerk. And so I would love to see Jamar rip him. But I'm going to say this. I think what's going to be more important than that is the number 2 guys. Is going to be Odell and T. Higgins. And I'm not saying this because I totally have money on those guys. Nope, not at all. But I think that T. Higgins is really going to have to step up. And I think Odell will also be getting some targets. I don't want to see Odell win a ring. I'm sorry, for those that do. And to be honest,
Dell,
I really don't.
No Dell,
and we're gonna keep it that way. Yeah, I Sanjay, if I were you, being a Eagles fan for so long, I wouldn't want Odell to go anywhere near a Super Bowl ring.
Man, Odell's had to deal with Baker for the last few years. If there's something worse than like the NFL equivalent of prison, aka Detroit, it would have to be Baker and the Browns.
Speaking of Baker, I just saw something. How Kyler
Ian.
Murray is. No. This is totally a jab at Ian, but how Kyler Murray's looking for a trade? What if he got traded to the Browns? How funny would that be?
If Kyler took Baker's job, bro, I think
about that.
And for
you
all
better
of
not
you
be
out
watching
there,
this.
Yeah, for all of you out there who are wondering why we're laughing at that, one of our contributors, Ian, he is a big Browns fan and a big Baker fan, not so much a Kyler Murray fan. You could call him a Kyler Murray hater, really.
Yeah.
You could. You can. You most certainly can.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'll go on record just right now. I'm going to say this: if the Bengals win the Super Bowl, I will be getting a Super Bowl Bengals tattoo. I've been saying this for the past month.
Oh yeah.
It's probably just going to be the Super Bowl number or the score of the game, depending on it. I haven't decided, but I will at one point eventually get a tattoo, something small that I can cover up. But I mean, I gotta do it. Who knows what's going to happen. I'm excited.
Man, real talk, bro. I can't imagine how excited you must be now. You are visibly shaking, dog. Just that you know. Dude, I don't know if that's just my camera, but you look like you are shaking, fam, with excitement right now.
I am. What I do is I'm not hyped till I don't build up any hype. I keep it all in until the day of. So it's starting to come out. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. I told people, I said, I'm going to cry at the end of the day. I'm either going to cry of happiness or of sadness, but there will be tears. I'll try and record my reaction too, to the game. I was thinking of just putting my phone up or something like that and just recording it, but that's going to be a really long thing, but I'll figure it out, it should be fine. Wait, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys have winning, and why is it the Bengals?
Man, hey, I gotta be honest, bro. On paper, at least, this doesn't look good for your boys. I'm sadly, logically, I'll tell you this: I'm torn, and I've heard other people say this, and I completely agree with them. My head tells me to pick the Rams, and my heart tells me to pick the Bengals. I'm deciding between those two. That's basically what it's been this whole time. It would be amazing to see Joey be his second year get that Super Bowl. It'd be amazing to see you that happy, bro, after a Super Bowl win. Yeah. But at the same time, on paper, my kinda head knows, it's true. This is really pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same situation out here in terms of there's an obvious favorite, and then there's the underdog nobody's counting out for some reason. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man.
Also another correlation is that Doug Peterson didn't win Coach of the Year. He got snubbed when you guys won, and Zach Taylor just got snubbed.
It's true. Hey, that's Zach Saylor to you,
I'm not
Nate.
gonna say anything.
That is Zach Saylor to you.
They added another pun into the Gridiron Heights Zach Taylor puns. I gotta find it, but it just cracks. I love those.
Man, I've been picking the Rams
even
all
just
week, though,
the
unfortunately.
preseason odds.
I'll stick with it.
The preseason odds were like ridiculous. I mean, the Bengals had the preseason odds were probably like, if I saw those odds, I probably would have taken them just because I thought the Bengals were going to be good this year. I kind of thought they were like almost outside chance, at the playoffs, preseason at least. But oh my goodness, I think they had the same odds as the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl preseason. So I mean, that's just another one of those correlations, right? The Eagles were the same way, right? Their preseason odds to win a Super Bowl were really, really low. So yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was just hoping for a playoff win, just to break the curse, and now we're in the Super Bowl. So like,
he's like, we went beyond the curse.
I'm pleasantly surprised, but the best part was when we beat the Chiefs. And here's the thing: like, we can stop high-powered offenses. I get Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill are not the same, but my point is that we played to the level of the other team. Like, we lost to the Jets. That was a bad call at the end of the game by the refs. We should have won that game. But anyway, we played bad against the refs and against the Bears, but then we play amazing against like the Chiefs twice and stuff like that. So we played to the level and we can adapt. Zach Taylor, as much as I meme on him, I think he's a great head coach. I still am questionable. I still question some of his play calling, like a first down HB draw every play. I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, hey, or every first down. I don't get it. But we want it. We're in the Super Bowl, so it works, I guess. I had one of my friends ask me, he said, can you give me like a hot take, something that's not like super hot, but like we can debate. And I was like, oh, here's one. I go, Zach Taylor is a better head coach than Sean McVay. And he goes, I don't know about that one. And I said, all you got to do is just watch the Super Bowl, watch the Bengals win. He goes, I still don't think that'll prove it. And I said, I don't know. He's got more. He'll have more rings.
I disagree with your friend on that. I mean, bro, if Zach Taylor outcoaches Sean McVay in the Super Bowl, like the Rams roster definitely on paper has the edge over yours. If if you guys, the Bengals, manage to pull this out, that definitely the credit has got to go somewhat to coaching. And then you really do have to look very hard at Sean McVay.
Or what happened is Joe Burrow accidentally broke his communication thing and just ended up calling all the plays himself. Oops, I can't hear you, Zach. Sorry, I'm gonna call the plays myself.
That would be a Joe Shiesty thing to do on the last drive of the game. Zach Taylor's calling some absolute BS, and he's just He's just
I accidentally ripped them out of my
real fast.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, bummer. Well, looks like I got to call it. We don't got time, Zach. Sorry.
Coach, you're breaking up. It's like, we have timeouts. It's like, no, we don't. And he just keeps going.
Dude, that would be crazy. I mean, I would trust Joe Burrow 100% to totally do that. And I think that's what this game's going to come down to. He's really just Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow. Yeah, he really does. I mean, I always say I'm like Joe Burrow. No, I don't say that, but
yeah, you are in fact Joe Burrow. You are in fact Joe Burrow.
I hate to, the reveal of the mask. I am Joe Burrow. No, but he has the brains and the execution and the clutchness. He plays in the clutch. He steps up when he needs to. And another person that steps up in the clutch. What do you guys think about Evan Mcpherson? Is he hitting another game winner?
I don't know, man. I don't feel this one.
Oh my goodness, I think so.
You do.
I mean,
already.
Yeah, he's amazing. I think you can probably put him behind Justin Tuck's point as the second best kicker in the league, just because nobody's beating Justin Tucker, right? What did he kick, a 66-yarder this year? It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Broke the record by multiple yards. Yeah, but I think he's probably the second best kicker in the league at this point. And look, I mean, I'm taking the Bengals in this one because I've tried to use logic this entire playoff run, and I said, oh yeah, you know what? The Titans, they're going to get that run game going. They're going to destroy the Bengals offensive line. Same thing for the Chiefs, right? You just can't beat Patrick Mahomes. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to go with my heart over my head in this one. And honestly, from the beginning of the playoffs, I kind of had that feeling about the Bengals, right? That they could be a really special team and make a deep playoff run. Even, logically, I picked against them every time. And this is kind of the same thing, right? Looking at the Rams defensive line and just kind of looking at that matchup. It's the same thing. Logic would say that, you should probably pick the Rams in this case. But I'm going to pick the Bengals, and especially because I trust Joe Burrow more than I trust Matthew Stafford. I mean, the dude threw
That's
the
a
most
big one.
interceptions in the entire league. And, he just has these. It was mostly at the middle of the season where, he went through a rough stretch. But if you get that guy, this game's probably not even close, honestly, because everybody really is forgetting about the Bengals defense, which is an elite defense. Honestly, it is. And, to do what they did against Patrick Mahomes in the second
Especially
half
the
of,
turnovers, bro. Like you said, eliteness, but
oh, I
also
know,
those turnovers. They're
unbelievable.
opportunistic.
And that's all it's going to take, right? It can just take one bad turnover from Matthew Stafford, and the Bengals are winning this game, right? And so I think people are really underrating the Bengals defense as well, and what they did against Patrick Mahomes last week in the second half. What they did against Derrick Henry, right? I know that Ryan Tannehill was awful, but I mean, come on. They really, compared to what King Henry usually gets, they shut the guy down. So I think that people are really underrating this Bengals defense. And for that reason, I'm taking the Bengals. I'm going Bengals all day long.
Nate, unfortunately,
like
I'm
to
going to have
hear.
to spoil Rossi picking with his heart, and I'm going to have to go with my head, man. I will pick the Rams officially. Know that I'm rooting for you and your boys, though. Like, I really do think you boys have a realistic shot. I'm well aware of that. And I will be nothing but happy if Joe Burrow grabs a ring here. Dude, this is going to be a game. Hey, I'm curious for you. What's your thing? We've already listed the defensive line, and that's the big argument that's been brought up like everywhere so far. And you talked about secondary receivers also, how Odell could possibly be a problem. We'll see how that goes, him being matched up on your second corner. What do you think is another? Give me 3 storylines in this game no one is talking about, which you as a Bengals fan are looking out for and watching as keys to this game.
Yeah. Number one, my favorite player on the Bengals, T. Higgins. The dude's going to be up against a pretty crappy secondary. Eric Weddle, washed. I'm pretty sure he's washed. Jalen Ramsay's going to be stuck on Jamar. But I'm looking at T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Those two guys. Tyler Boyd, one of the best slot receivers, in the last few years. T. Higgins is just like a freak of nature. The dude can pretty much catch anything contested. So I'm going to go with those two guys for one. Definitely just seeing if they can not even get open. They're going to get open. It's just if they can get open in time for Joe. The second one I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, this one is just for the Bengals defense containing the run. Cam Akers. I'm going to say it right now. I don't think he's going to get 100 scrimmage yards this game. And that's key. If they don't get the run established, you can put most of your eggs into the Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Van Jefferson basket and just, enable them from, or, just disable them from actually getting any production. If you can't get that run game going, I think that's going to be clutch for them. And then the last one, this is a tough one. I think it's going to be whoever has more turnovers at the end of the game is going to win. I know that's usually the case, but I think there's not going to be too many errors in this game. It's going to be a heavy, back and forth battle. I think it'll be like if the Rams score, the Bengals will score. Or if the Rams go 3-0, the Bengals will go 3-0. I think it'll be very back and forth. So the first time someone makes a mistake, it's going to be that team's going to lose. So
you think this is all about who blinks first?
Yes, I think so. For me, I mean, hey, I've picked the Bengals 3 for 3 in these playoffs. I mean, yeah, sure, I am, I am a Bengals fan, so it is slightly biased. But I full-heartedly, if I wasn't a Bengals fan, I'm taking the Bengals. They got the momentum. They got the fans. They got the swagger. They've got everything. I think they'll be great. The only, actually, my fourth scenario of this game is: will Eli Apple shut up in the game and actually just play, or will he piss off someone that he shouldn't have pissed off and then just like that person falls off?
Can you imagine if the Super Bowl came down to a taunting penalty from Eli Apple?
Don't even put that into the atmosphere, Sanjay. I don't want to hear it. I mean, Eli Apple has plagued me.
And just Nate, if I can interject really quickly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to answer this question from Hunter, I believe Darrell Henderson will go. But honestly, I don't think it matters that much because I think he probably has both Cam Akers and oh my goodness, why am I forgetting his name? Sony Michel. Sorry, I just completely blanked. Yeah, former Patriots running back Sony Michel. Both of those guys are probably in front of him. So I think even with Darrell Henderson being completely healthy, I think probably he's not going to get caught, or maybe 1 or 2. And, listen, as somebody right now who is in a weird fantasy football league and like in my league, you go all the way to the Super Bowl. Like whatever players you have on your roster right? You go to the Super Bowl with him, and I'm in the Super Bowl. If I win, then I win, right? But the problem is I'm playing Joe Burrow and I'm playing Mcpherson, and all I've got is like Kendall Blanton, who is starting today as the tight end for the Rams. But I've got Kendall Blanton and I've got Matt Gay. So I'm probably not in. I know Henderson too, but like as somebody who's been following him all year because he's been on my roster, look, he's not going to get really any touches today.
No, I can agree with that. He's just kind of falling behind on like the depth chart.
I would say for me, just for those that don't know, if this was in the playoff of Super Bowl, I would have like T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Evan McPherson, the Bengals defense. I'd be pretty set for this game.
The whole way Nate beat me in our championship game for the podcast fantasy league. It was me and Nate for the chip. Mm-hmm. The whole way Nate beat me was with T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, and Evan McPherson going absolutely ballistic. Ballistic. Like, and it took every dude. That was insane. They put up like all those three. Those three, I think, put up 100 points combined.
Probably
within like each week. It was insane.
It was very crazy. I also had Jonathan Taylor, but he was choking at the end. But T. Higgins stepped up.
He was supremely choking.
Sanjay was really happy, and then he just.
I almost traded. What did we do? I almost traded you Tom Brady for Jonathan Taylor before he started popping off. Like after the first 3 games, and you got frustrated with him. And then the deal just didn't. We just didn't end up doing it. And I already had Dak Prescott on my roster.
Yeah.
If that happened, man, oh my goodness, I would have had a different season.
That would have been, dude. I don't even know. That was crazy. That I could have I was so upset with him for the first couple weeks. I even offered Ian. I offer Ian Jonathan Taylor for Aaron Jones 1-for-1. He goes, I'm not giving you a first round pick for Jonathan Taylor. He's not worth it. And the next week, Jonathan Taylor put up 45 points.
I think so. He broke off in week 5 or something?
Yeah. He put up 32 points that week. And I was like, oh, nope, not trading him. Oh, and Sanjay, just to confirm, so it was a 2-round playoff. The first week, or the first round of our matchup, Joe Mixon put up 31, T. Higgins put up 44, and Evan McPherson put up 12. So
that's 90 points between 3 players. Like, what do you want me to do with
what
that?
do you do? Yeah, it was a great battle. But it should be. It should.
Me and Nate's whole fantasy matchup was literally just best receivers versus best running backs. Because I had Debo, Cooper Kupp, and who was my third? I had CD and Adam Thielen missing out the third.
That was
Debo.
Crazy.
They should have just played Debo at quarterback. They should have just run Debo at quarterback for the Niners. Just had him do everything. He did
have a passing touchdown this year. He did.
True.
Exactly.
He did. I mean, Debo can play any position.
What
are your thoughts on the award ceremony? We didn't really talk about that much.
Dude, the awards. I almost forgot about that with everything lately.
I mean, I'm kind of shocked that Aaron Rodgers won. If I'm being honest, I think Tom Brady deserved it. I know that's a controversial take, but
I did too. Yeah.
How cool would it have been for him to retire?
Y'all can say Tom Brady deserves it. That dude is gone. He's retired. I stick with my man Raj. Look, I know his performance in the playoffs really is what sunk him in a lot of people's eyes. I'll be honest. He really choked in the playoffs. But it's a regular season award, as everybody harps on, and I give it to the boy Raj.
How many touchdowns did Aaron Rodgers throw this year?
Not as many as Tom Brady. I'll check it right now.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, because Tom led the league. He led the league in passing touchdowns.
And passing yards, too.
Well, to be fair, he also throws 50 times a game.
Yeah.
He throws 60 times a game, bro.
Regular season, Rodgers had 4,100 yards and 37 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Tom Brady had over 5,000 yards or 5,000 passing yards, and I think over 40 touchdowns. He had
plus also the Bucs don't run the ball for their lives.
Yeah, but I feel like that's part of it, right? If you're the most valuable player for your team, you're picking up the slack.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's part of it. But how many interceptions did Tom throw? Because this is a really good point here by Hunter.
He threw 12.
So yeah.
That's
where you see
things
kind of come back down.
I mean, yeah,
but
Aaron Rodgers just had an unreal touchdown interception.
But if we're basing a MVP off of a touchdown to interception ratio, then like stinking Jay Cutler should have won it when he went like 31 and I don't know 0 or something like that. Like that shouldn't be ground.
That is smoking Jay Cutler.
I do think Smoking Jay should win, but also the Packers didn't have any rushing offense either. Both teams sucked. If anything, I'd say Leonard Fournette did better than Aaron Jones. I'm willing to
That is not. Leonard plays out of like a passing back style, man. Aaron Jones does an everything style.
But Tom Brady carried that team. If I'm being honest, like he made
did, and
Antonio Brown good.
I mean, look,
that's what an MVP means.
No.
That is what the MVP means.
I think.
Nate, you let that random Chicago loser get to you.
What are you saying,
Hunter
Rossi?
makes a good point, though. I think it really came down to the touchdown interception ratio because I mean, come on, 37-4 is just unbelievable.
That's dumb. You know what? Next year when Joe Burrow throws for 60 touchdowns and 0 interceptions and doesn't win MVP, you know what? I'm going to bring that up. I'm just kidding. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could bring up they didn't have this or they didn't have that, but at the end of the day, I think Tom Brady was more valuable than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if you really want to talk MVP, it should have been someone like Cooper Kupp or Jonathan Taylor because they're the only reason their team had, any chance of being in any contention.
No non-quarterback will ever win MVP again.
Yeah, I know.
Happening.
It's a quarterback award. It is a quarterback award.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
they really
I mean, if it wasn't a quarterback award, Cooper Kupp would have won.
It's true.
They should. Yeah.
They really should just like separate, just like stop considering other players and have most valuable QB and just do that.
Yeah. Who was the last non-quarterback to win MVP?
Was it AP?
I think it was Adrian Peterson. I think it is. Yeah.
I remember when, probably his Vikings year where he was like 3 yards short.
I know Sean Alexander won it as a running back too.
I think that was early 2000s.
That was earlier. I think Adrian Peterson was the latest was,
but I think you're right. I think it's Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
That's pretty that's pretty recent. Yeah.
I mean, I think John Taylor definitely should have been in the talk for I don't know.
The Jags lost at the end of the season, bro. Blew that. They weren't going to let him have MVP after that.
That's true.
No,
but like
no. I mean,
that was Wentz's fault.
They really just took the run game away. Yeah, but at the same time,
let's not run the ball with our MVP candidate.
Yeah, but see, Nate, at the same time, the reason they weren't running is because it wasn't effective in the first half at all. And
it's not a bit.
I mean, look, MVP of the league, then that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people they put in the box, right? Yeah. If you're the MVP of the league, you're the MVP of the league, right? So I think that's why Jonathan Taylor shouldn't have won it. I really think you could make an argument for Cooper Kupp, though, because he was just dominant. Sure. He had a historic season.
While drawing double coverage. Don't be acting like Cooper Kupp was in one-on-one either. Cooper Kupp was in double coverage, bracketed coverage, zone coverage. Homeboy did everything with everything.
We should also I was going to say we should also talk about how like defensive players aren't getting any, like how MVP they are. I don't think like they're like super MVP, but like TJ Watt was a big part of why the Steelers were at all like decent, like I definitely think he deserved to win that. And I would have been pissed if Aaron Donald won that award. What about you guys?
I agree. No, for sure. Yeah. He was the best player on the Steelers this year.
It was TJ Watt for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should have given him that final sack.
I think. Oh, yeah, I know. And I really do think that Micah Parsons played really well this year, and he deserved the award he got, which was, Defensive Rookie of the Year. But look, I mean, I don't remember exactly what TJ Watt's sack number was, but it was just ridiculous. So he really did deserve that.
22 and a half, I want to say. I think I just watched the stat. I think it was 22 and a half.
That's just unbelievable. That's like unthinkable. So yeah, he deserved that award.
Mm-hmm. You can't tie the NFL record and not get the award. You have to.
Yeah.
You got to get it.
Yeah.
Dudes. And then let's with an extra game. Let's also acknowledge that. But redirecting a bit to the
No. Hang on. But TJ Watt was absent for 4 games. So Michael Strahan actually had 3 more games on TJ Watt.
Ooh.
So Michael Strahan was definitely in the pockets of. No, I'm just kidding. He was definitely paying them off. Like everybody's like, oh, well, TJ Watt actually he was injured for like 3 games and he still popped up. That now I get it. He did play the Bengals twice, but he actually didn't even get that many sacks against us. One game he didn't even get a sack. So, TJ Watt had a great year. Definitely proud of that. I think Evan McPherson should have been in the talks for offensive rookie of the year.
Man, you need to chill out with that.
Dude, kickers need to be more. Kickers need to get more recognition though. Like they are never ever going to win an award because like everybody thinks, oh, kicking's easy. But, like,
because you're not
Justin
on the
Tucker
field
too.
for 95% of the game.
But it's about doing your job. I feel like I don't know. There should be a kicker award, a KVP, kicker.
No. See, some of them are, but I mean, yeah, MVP specifically. I think it's more than just about doing your job. It's also really other factors are what you have around you, right? Like if you don't have a very good team around you and you're still like putting up ridiculous, dragging your team to the playoffs. Like I think the voters really do that matters, right? The voters really do think about that. So I mean, as a kicker, it's just like it's hard to win an award when you're not on the field for 95% of the snaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Who's got the Super Bowl halftime show this year?
It's it's so many people.
Oh, it's a good one.
Eminem, Dr. Dre,
Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg, some chick I don't know. And then I think that's it. Is there one more? If I'm being honest, and this is a controversial thing, I really am not looking forward to this halftime show. I'm looking forward more to the trailer for Lord of the Rings TV show than I am to the actual halftime show. In my opinion, controversial opinion, I think Coldplay had the best concert. They brought in Bruno Mars, Beyonce.
My boy Bruno was a beast. Yeah. Oh, I love Bruno Mars.
I think they deserve that title, but that's just me. I'm also biased.
Yeah, to be fair, that was
Coldplay. Yeah, that was in where? San Francisco, I think. And then it was the who was after that Coldplay? It was someone lame. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry to whoever it was. I'm sure you were great, but I don't remember it too well, so that's probably why.
I just remember the last one was The Weeknd.
Oh,
I was totally underwhelmed.
Yeah. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'm a big. I mean, I like him too, and I didn't think it was a great halftime show. But here's a real question. All right, it's a good Super Bowl question. What is the first Super Bowl that you guys can remember watching?
Ooh, that's tough.
Wow, that's a really good question, Rossi.
I can give my answer. So like, I didn't actually, when I was younger, I didn't watch any sports growing up. Actually, like younger. The first Super Bowl I probably watched. Like really, like actually, like I'd seen the other ones before and I'd been at like the parties for them as like a kid, but I never actually like watched it. The first one I watched where I was actually invested in what was going on and like looking was where Cam played Peyton right before Peyton retired. Whatever that Super Bowl was, the Panthers versus Broncos one.
2015.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm. Because like I just never got like deeply into watching like football or any sport really until I was like a teenager.
Interesting.
That's surprising. I didn't know that. Nate, how about you?
No,
I want to say it was either I think it was Super Bowl 42 because Super Bowl 43 was the Steelers Cardinals, and I remember that very vividly. I think I remember watching the Giants Patriots because I was in church before the game and I was really bored. I mean, an 8-year-old in church, what am I going to do? So I started drawing the Patriots and Giants logos. And I remember going, I'm going to pick the Giants. And then we watched it and I was right. And my uncle was a big Giants fan. So he was freaking out. So I do remember that. I don't remember much of the game, to be honest. I just remember them winning. I guess the Steelers Cardinals was the one I like vividly remember. Like I remember James Ferrier's like 70 or 99 yard interception return for a touchdown. I remember Santonio Holmes's toe drag swag there. I remember like those things. So I'll say Super Bowl 43. What about you, Rossi?
Yeah, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so unfortunately the first Super Bowl I actually remember a little bit from is the Eagles lost to the Patriots. And that's not a great Super Bowl to your first memory. But I think, and we can move on to now some of our favorite Super Bowls. Even if I'm being unbiased, I really do think that the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl was incredible just because of the offense you saw in that game. From drama perspective, the Butler interception on the goal
there wasn't
line
a boring turn, man.
Yeah,
like,
and
sorry to cut you off.
Another
Austin,
one,
but like in our Super Bowl, there
no,
just
you're
wasn't
good.
a single boring turn.
No, it was incredible. And Nate, to your point, I really liked the Cardinals Steelers Super Bowl. That was a really exciting one too. So how about you guys, Sanjay? What's your favorite Super Bowl?
Ooh, favorite? That's tough. I mean, I'll put the Eagles ones aside because like I feel like that's the default, and obviously, like I would say that. It's like outside of that, I feel like it's tough because within recent memory, a lot of the Super Bowls actually haven't been crazy competitive. I'd say probably the one I was most excited for in recent memory would have to be the Niners Chiefs Super Bowl. Just because that one also had you on the edge of your seat until like the very end. There were some big explosive plays. Defense came through in some spots. Like I feel like that's within recent memory, the one I would just like enjoy the most outside of the Eagles.
Yeah, Nate, how about you?
I mean, since I'm not an Eagles fan, I can pick that one. I really loved that one. It was just it was really cool because we all didn't like I was at I think Trevor's house, and I remember the day after they won, I asked Hunter for a jersey to wear, and then I came in and I pretended like I was a big Eagles fan. It was the funniest thing. Ian got so mad. So I did like that one, but I really like the Cardinals one. Like you were saying, because it was a one possession game, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know. I didn't really like the Denver Panthers game. That was kind of boring. The 28-3 game sucked. The most recent game sucked. I didn't really care about the 49ers and the
Wait,
Chiefs.
you didn't like the 28-3 game? Really?
No. I mean, I turned it off after that.
That was horror, man. To me, that was just like literally watching like a horror story unfold. Was the 28-3 game?
I didn't watch that. I mean, I watched the first half and then I stopped watching it because I was like, this is
that was tragedy at its finest.
I actually want to hear another embarrassing story. I didn't actually see the Patriots Seahawks game. I didn't watch that. I don't remember why. You know what it was? I was probably playing video games and I had it on next to me and I just didn't like pay attention to it. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals, Steelers, or the Eagles, Patriots. And I probably do have to dip out because I have to, mentally prepare for this game.
It's true.
I will try and get a reaction out of the game, whether win or lose. Probably not going to see a reaction if we lose, but we're not going to lose. We're going to win.
Our brother, we are praying for you. Have an awesome game.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I will be. I mean, I'll talk to you guys in the group chat while the game's gone.
We're behind you, Nate.
I don't know.
Bengals.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I need it. All right, boys. Hooday. Let's go. Let's get a win,
baby.
All right, catch you guys later.
Hooday.
Hooday.
See you, Nate.
Man.
Yeah.
Rossi, can you imagine the joy he's feeling right
most
now?
Boring. Oh, I know. I really do hope they win for his sake. We got that feeling. And that's just, I can't even describe it. Winning the Super Bowl, watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl was one of the best feelings ever. And so we're hoping Nate has that feeling tonight as well. But Sanj, what do you think was the most boring Super Bowl that you've ever seen?
The most boring Super Bowl that I've ever really sat down and gotten all the way through has to be, this is an easy one to me. It's got to be that Rams-Patriots Super Bowl, bro. That was terrible. I regretted staying up to watch that game. It was so awful. All I could think about while watching it was, really, these are the two best teams in the NFL. I figured anyone else in the playoffs could have gotten a more entertaining game than that. Ugh. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was either that one for me or even last year's, because at least it was a close game between the Patriots and Rams, but last year was just brutal because it really wasn't close at all. And I know that the Rams Patriots was really low scoring, but to me the only thing that's worse is just a complete blowout where there's really no drama at the end, but at the same time, there's, it was just, for me, that was the most boring one, for sure. But yeah, I mean, we're hoping that the Bengals can win tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the quarterback matchup. Sanj, you really like Matty Stafford. He's kind of your guy.
I do.
What are you looking for from him tonight in order to get this win for his team?
I'm looking for him to not make the boneheaded play, man. Stafford has all the talent in the world. And that's not even just me saying that just because like I like him. That's you have the most respected guys in this field saying that. Guys like Brady, guys like Rodgers. There's no quarterback out there who looks at Matthew Stafford and does not acknowledge the talent that man possesses. He's just a wizard with it when he's on. The issue is when he's not on, he makes some boneheaded mistakes where you're like, what are you doing? What are you seeing? Why would you throw that? And he cannot afford those. To me, this game wouldn't even be a question if those issues with Matt weren't around. Like if Stafford could just be consistent without the turnovers, I don't think people would be picking this game close at all. I think that would pull everyone over to the Rams side. But it's the fact that he does make those plays, where it seems like he's inevitably due for those plays at least once or twice a game, that keeps other teams thinking they have a chance. And then on the other side, you have Joey Burrow, who's been basically, he's been basically perfect this playoffs. Like, what else? Like, I can't really think of any huge mistakes he's made. I think he had one interception versus the Chiefs. Am I right about that?
He might have. I think so. But other than that, he's been pretty much really mistake-free.
Point being, like, bro, like, I really hope Stafford can get his ring. But at the same time, I hope Nate can, like, see his team win. And really, I think this quarterback matchup is going to be where, like, outside of the line, this is going to be where we see a big turn in the game. Like, if Stafford can just play clean football, I think this game is the Rams to lose. But if he starts making mistakes, like you said earlier, man, that Bengals defense is opportunistic. You can't don't let the ball fly up anywhere near a Bengals defender. They will just reach out and take that thing, and you never know. They might take it to the house. They got some athletic guys on that side of the ball. Stafford can't be making mistakes, man. That's all I'm saying. If he doesn't make mistakes, he doesn't even have to play out of his mind. If he just doesn't make mistakes, I think this is the Rams game to lose.
Yeah, Sanj, I agree with you. And, I'm really surprised at how well Matt Stafford has really handled the big stage, right? I know that in an interview, he kind of said, look, I just want the opportunity to play in some big games. And he's gotten it, and he's handled it really well. So for me, I don't think the stage is going to be too big really for either of these quarterbacks, right? But that doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes, right? If we look at Joe Burrow, you could make a mistake because of the pressure that you're going to face from the Rams defensive line, right? And if you're Matt Stafford, he's a gunslinger, right? That's who he is. Almost a Brett Favre type of, crazy arm angles and all that stuff. So with that territory comes some turnovers. And so we could say that, is a potential reason Matt Stafford might blow the game for his team. Probably not because the stage is too big for either of these guys. And I think the quarterback matchup is relatively even in this one. I think there's times where it's not. Like if you look at Jimmy Garoppolo and Patrick Mahomes. But I think this is a good one. I think this is going to be a good game just because that quarterback matchup really is pretty even.
Agreed, bro. This is the second turning point in this game to me. The first being the trenches, as always, and the second being the quarterbacks. We'll see how it goes. I got to say, as of right now, going into it, I'm definitely more confident in Joey B than I am in Matthew Stafford. But we'll see what happens, bro. And I think we should probably cut this off soon, just as we're getting closer. I know you got people coming over. I got people coming over. So, dude, I think final pick, you're going with the Bengals. I think final pick, I'm going with the Rams, although I will be rooting for the Bengals to see what they can do, and also for our boy Nate. But let's see, man. This really is head versus heart all over again.
Yes, it is. And thank you, everyone, for just joining us today for a little pregame before the Super Bowl. Listen, enjoy it. Spend time with your family and friends. Have some fun just watching the game. We're hoping for an entertaining game. And for us here at Philly Insider Podcast, we're hoping for a Bengals win because of Nate Tussing. And, game starts at 6:30. It'll probably be a little bit after that because
6:40-ish.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. Great stream. Thank you everybody for, weighing in the comments. This has been Philly Insider Podcast with a little Super Bowl pregame show. Peace.